Alex was impressive. The messes that he was able to work himself out of, and comes in I don't know if it could be a more stressful situation for a young pitcher, and did a great job. And I know he was frustrated at times with his lack of command of the strike zone, but when he got in trouble and needed to make a pitch, he made pitches, and it's pretty special.
How do you look at Alex moving forward?
He had a great day today. That's how we look at Alex moving forward, and we'll figure that out later.
How hard a decision is that to go for starter, shooting out the game for the second?
It's hard, yeah, especially after only giving up a couple hits there, maybe 3 at that point. We talked about it before. We just got to watch him. When it doesn't look right, we got to figure out. And we were up against a wall. That's a swing point of that game, and Alex did something special to keep us in it.
How important is it to score the next inning after that?
It's helpful. I mean, that's one of those potential momentum shifters, because you could see that going in a bad direction. And great to have Diaz back. I mean, he made a couple of real nice plays coming in to gave him an error on another play. Kind of tough call. They changed it.
Yeah.
Thank you. But after that, to be able to get in the box and jump right in and be able to contribute, just a great day back.
Skip, what's the thought process when you choose to give the start to Garcia? I mean, considering his struggles over the last month, is it a difficult decision or
To start him today?
to start him today?
No. He was keep trying to get it right, give him a chance to get out there, and gave him a start like I told you 5 days ago I was going to.
Do you expect him to start 5 days?
We'll see.
Brandon Moss been waiting on him for all this time. Looks like he finally denied the day off yesterday. Good for him?
Apparently, yeah, he responded really well, and you could tell he had a good rhythm going, and a couple of his at-bats gets in there and fights, and he's just we keep calling him a dangerous hitter, but he is, and takes his walks too. I mean, he's having a nice season, just had a little bad rut there he had to work himself through, and I think he's in a good spot now. Hopefully we can just watch him, like when he gets hot. It's fun to watch.
How long do you think Bo will be available?
Hopeful for tomorrow. I keep telling you guys that, but I'm hopeful, and he is making big strides forward, and this isn't something that should be drag out much longer, but it'd be nice to have O back, and once again we'll get here, and if there's any hesitation we're going to have to hold him back. And
Bowman's 2 innings made that work.
Bowman was great, yeah, and didn't necessarily go in with that plan, but he was so good the first throwing 9 pitches, and we like him how his splits are too with the lefties. He does a nice job with left-handed hitters, and he had nice sink working today all the way around. He had a great outing for us. Picked us up because we were going to be within a couple guys. When you move Segrist back, you're talking about a Duke and a Broxton getting us to Segrist.
With that little bit of rest that you gave Bowman, has he kind of gotten through that wall that rookies sometimes have to adjust to in a first year?
I think we're going to continue to keep an eye on him because he's not used to pitching this long into the year. And so today might be one of those that we're going to have to watch how he bounces back from. It's just he's in new territory, and every guy responds a little differently. But gave him a couple days off, and his stuff looked very, very good today.
Some of that potentially to do with timing too. This is his most innings in 5 years. Just could there be a fatigue factor, or just his body not being used to maybe?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you. When we have our starters prepare all season long, all winter, to be able to continue to take the ball, and we try and give it to them as often as we can. And when it doesn't look right, we got to take it and try to make the adjustments along the way.
As good as Reyes was, or some of the command issues, maybe would that give you some pause about just keeping him in the rotation this time of year?
We've seen him very consistent. I mean, this was one of those days, and once again, didn't give up anything. So I thought his last inning, he looked timed up a little bit more. He was amped. We gave him 5 days off there. He was completely rested, and then a little bit more. And I think he saw, and he knew as soon as he came out of the game. He said, I was trying to rush it up there. And that's not going to work for him. It's not uncommon for a young pitcher to do that. And fortunately, when he's been out of the pen, we haven't seen as much as when we've given him the starts. But he's going to have to be able to harness that and be able to consistently stay in the bottom of the zone and trust his stuff is going to be good enough. Because actually, when he backs off a little bit, the ball jumps better. when he tries to hump up, it sails, and it's not even as hard. So it's just it's a learning process. But I think we got to get back to the fact that this kid came into a real tough situation, and he pitched lights out. I mean, gave up some room, but when he got in trouble, it was lights out, and he had swing and miss stuff when he had to have swing and miss stuff.
In the past, with young guys, particular starters who are going in the league, we've talked about wanting them to start with the team, have that kind of warm-up, knowing that they're going in. What kind of push was it then for Reyes to kind of go into that spot for the first time?
It's a crazy push, but I felt he was our best chance to get out of it at that point with the stuff he's been throwing. I've considered closing him here the last couple of days too, and that's a push. I think every time you throw those young guys out there, it could be considered a push, whatever position you put them in, whether it's a start, whether it's coming in, bases loaded, whatever it is. But he's continued to have the same demeanor and the same answer every time we give him something tough. So, we're in a spot we got to go with what we think's best, and he's been on that list.
You mentioned Alex when he came in, talked about what he did. Does Heine, when he comes in, does he talk about what he did out there, anything like that?
There's a lot more conversation going on, obviously, with Alex. In a start like that, there's usually you got to have some baseball sense to know that's not time to go up and have a conversation with him. But with a young player, you're going to consistently try and get as much feedback and try to help them through and figure out what they can learn while it's still fresh in their mind. And our guys do a great job. I watched different guys, Yachty, obviously, and then Waino and the pitching coach. Everybody went over and kind of picked up some things to help him learn and help him get past some of the bumps in the road.
Will you talk to Jaime tonight, or have you talked to him
About
his performance and why you took him out?
No. And if he needs to talk, he'll come in. But he's a pro. I mean, he's been here before. He knows how it works, and it's just one of those deals. It's a tough night.
What have you seen from Pearl at the plate? He kind of searches the effective back there. Does it, with the added distance you have now, he is back up in the infield, does it make it harder to find a place for him if he's not here?
He's been taking some pretty good at bats from time to time, and some close misses others. But we're just going to continue to try to get everybody in there and figure out how we can get them all hot. And Johnny's one of those guys we want in that spot too.
I understand there's a much bigger picture for your team, but what can it do for your team, for your players to not let a rival clinch a division here, and also to have a chance to win another series against them?
Yeah, I haven't even gone there, and that's not something we get the guys all together and have a conversation about. We go and play the game, and you continue to play it night by night, not think about the series, not think about clinching, not think about anything except what we got to do. And I think it's a very simple process that makes the application of what the guys individually have to do much easier.